few first-person written accounts recording the Contest of Kings still exist today. Much of the history contained in this compendium is pieced together from records from gambling houses, as they were required to keep extensive documentation over long periods. Despite the taboo on predicting future events, Kane Hookman's business operations have provided this generation deep insight into events of the past. See Chapter 3, from Knights of Desolation, Prologue, Undertext.
The sky is alight in the iridescent tones of lightday. An incalculable number of prismatic arcs paint the sky above in the 10 colors of Roshar. Just as there are stratus, cirrus, cumulonimbus, and high storm clouds that arrange themselves in infinitely varied iterations, there are many forms of rainbows, near and far, vibrant and dull, doubles, triples, inverts, and axles. Many see shapes or glyphs as if written by the tranquil halls above to portend fortune in the new year. Like an optical illusion, these rainbows are constantly shifting, drawing your attention to the corner of your vision, but you never quite find exactly what you thought you saw. As the sun, which has not been seen in 2 weeks, climbs higher and higher, the people prepare for a unique rainbow. A lightday Spren, as some call it. As it nears the high point of noon, the people waiting teach their children how to shield their eyes and not look directly at the sun. Suddenly, a cheer rises. Everybody looks up at the 10 perfect rings that form around the sun. This cheer can barely be heard deep towards the base of the crest, where the sun still remains out of view. Instead, our party hears raucous jubilation of a party. Our wonderful couple from last episode is finally wedded, and the dance floor is alive with stomping, clapping, and stumbling. A band of drums and horns belts out a rapid rhythm of joy. The marriage vase takes a prominent but safely guarded position near the newlyweds' table, now wrapped up and protected, likely to be delivered to their home by a business. On the dance floor, we now find Paco, Luka, Cosmere, and Prayer tearing it up.
First of all, I want everyone to know that I fully went into a conference room at work, closed the door, and did dances to figure out what I wanted to be
Interpretively doing. Danced.
No, I just did. I don't know if that's quite true. So you Panda Luka. This dance does not have a name, and there certainly are many traditional horn-eater dances that are practiced from a young age. Luka is not doing any of those, and I would love to explore those at a later date. But what Luka is doing is start with your hands in the middle of your chest and put them out in a big circle a lot.
Yeah, I don't know the name for this dance, but I know exactly what you're doing.
She's bopping and moving her arms in a circle, out, perpendicular from her body. And then every 5 rotations of her arms, she then lifts her right arm, lifts her left leg, and then leans outward and just switches them. And then she keeps switching between those two things.
Excellent. And so as Luka is going absolutely crazy with these 2 dance moves that she continues to rotate between, there is a breeze that catches your hair, and anybody that is looking at you on the dance floor will notice that your red braids are picked up by the wind, and as you twirl and spin and as you move your arms, they bounce in this wind, and a small wind spren comes to rest around your shoulder, very much blending in with your clothing.
And I see this too.
Yes.
I'm not dancing so hard that I don't notice.
You feel a rhythm of questioning, of not understanding quite what you're doing, but knowing that you are in tune with the wind itself and that it wants to connect itself to you. Timid and quiet, and then you truly recognize this is your honor spren.
So as I'm continuing my fervent dance, as soon as I notice this, I kind of stutter step and stop, and I'm hello, hi.
There is a trepidatious, very timid, not a vibration, a quiver. There's a very small quiver that it gives off. It is choosing to be around you while you are around so many people because it feels this energy of happiness, of joy. There is no fear here. There is nothing dangerous in this area, and it recognizes your emotion reflecting off of the people, and it has decided to join you here. But as you sort of make those sounds at it, it is now sort of confused, oh, should I leave? And it starts kind of backing away like it's going to fly off.
And I don't know if I like get all that, but I'm like, oh wait, oh we're all dancing, and I start dancing again. I'm like, oh, little glorious one, would you like to dance with us?
Still questioning a bit, it joins you and, like the wind itself, somewhat dances around you. It does what it interprets as a dance. And you find this very symbiotic connection here, as in a way it sort of picks you up, or it makes one of your feet stick in just the right way where you can pirouette on your toe without having to put too much pressure on it. And these pseudo surges are happening around you. Not quite what you will be capable of doing after you've sworn your first ideal, but there's a little bit in there.
Oh, you look amazing, my little friend. I've never danced like this before. Is this your doing? Oh, it must be. Look, I could even do this. And I try to, like you said, pirouette. Like I try to do like a figure skater pirouette on my toe. Like move with the breeze and like let it go through me.
Give me an athletics.
Switch up my routine.
Let's turn it up.
Failure, but with the 2.
A complication.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And with the complication, you will do this nearly perfect pirouette. Actually, what do you think the complication might be?
I think that maybe Luka, with all of her interesting dance moves she's doing, she maybe got like a rock in her boot, and as soon as she goes up on her toe, she kind of like feels it, and instead of doing a beautiful, graceful pirouette, it's still really nice, but she says really loudly, "God, storms!" and kind of like steps off to the side, like really awkwardly, instead of executing this perfect pirouette that she wants to do.
And
maybe she like
a lot
bumps
of attention
into
here, and you bump
bumps into some
maybe
people.
the groom, and he looks over at you, and because of the goodwill that you have garnered through the day, he smiles and he laughs and he spins you around again, and this time you switch feet and you're able to not feel that pain on your toe.
Can I grab his hand and the bride's hand and just kind of like spin them around and like dance in a little circle for a second?
Absolutely. You do this and the wind grabs them as well, and you see your little one just begin to spin around them as well and join in this dance with all of you, starting to maybe understand what dancing actually is as it enters the center, and you see that it reveals itself to the two of them, these two other humans. So far, it's been too afraid to make itself actually known, and you see this recognition in both the bride and the groom's eyes as you've brought another great blessing to their lives, and they're even more excited for their lives ahead. You step off of the dance floor, you unload that rock out of your shoe, go to grab a snack. Meanwhile, what do we see Paco doing?
Paco is in line with 3 or 4 other Herdazians. One of them doesn't really look Herdazian, but he's certainly culturally Herdazian. They're doing the traditional folk dance. It's a line dance called the Hallé. And so they're standing in line, shoulder to shoulder. They're either grabbing each other's belts or they're holding on to each other by their pinkies. Paco is holding a handkerchief in his right hand as he's the leader of the dance. So it's a line dance, and they're all in unison, where they're doing a step to the right and then a step to the left. They bring the left foot up and bounce and bring it back, and then they'll bring the right foot up and do 2 bounces and bring it back, and then they just mirror that. As the tempo of the song increases, so does the dance. It's usually done at weddings or whenever there's like a barbecue and someone brings out some Herdazian folk music. It's really the only dance that Paco's pretty confident he can just crush it at.
As you guys start converging all of the Herdazians, the one Herdazian in the band up on the stage sort of steps out in front of the rest of them and says, "Follow me, boys," and starts hitting away at his drum at a different beat that is matched up to your guys' dancing.
Yep, they're just cooking. At some point, some Herdazian women come out of the woodwork and they start mirroring them, and it just becomes a pretty fun event for the Herdazians. It's like a small Herdaz going around.
Yeah, there's a line dance where there's the line of men and the line of women, and they're across from each other. They cross through each other and then back, and then they swap, and then by the end of the dance, you're all completely intermingled. and
A
you
herd of
dance with
herds.
everybody. A herd of herds.
Yeah, the herd of Herdazians. Nah, he's just having a great time. He's swapping ship stories with some other Herdazian sailors. He's drinking copious amounts of wine, but if you're pretty perceptive, you'll see that it's mostly orange wine, the non-alcoholic type. And he's just drinking it to hydrate because he hasn't had good orange wine in a while.
And this orange wine, even though there's no alcohol in it, it has a wonderful flavor. It gives you that sort of
Great electrolytes.
little bit of, ritualistic feel that normal alcohol would.
He certainly feels like he can perform, like a guy getting jiggy with it just off a chaser.
And as you step off the dance floor and start having a couple brews with your fellow Herdazians, the music slows down a little bit, and Cosmere is on the dance floor with the grandma from earlier and is learning a proper Makabakam waltz. He has taken off of his headdress, and from all of he was joining in the Herdazian dance as well, and so did Prayer. He is dripping sweat from the dancing. This little boy is just greasy right now in this very humid climate of the coast. His eyebrows are slicked back real nice with these streaks of green paint, and that represents cultivation and life and health on the new year. Then on the exposed round belly, you see yellow paint and the glyph of hardiness, representing a different kind of health of the flesh, as well as piety and guidance from Ishar the bondsmith. So he's dancing with the grandma and is standing on her feet as he learns this proper Makabakam waltz that is from olden times, and the grandmother is clearly a very good dancer.
I think it's reprehensible that I did not say this earlier, but I definitely at one point grab Prayer by his two front feet and dance around with him a little bit.
Absolutely.
And swing him around in my arms because he's my little baby boy.
He dances with you, but he's so exceedingly agile that he's freely leaping in the air higher than he should be able to. These are more powerful lashings than what you were doing. He's pivoting at impossible speeds and staying clear of hitting the other celebrants on the dance floor. He's got blue streaks painted on his red carapace and looks like a sick race car.
Does he have fire, flames?
Yeah, absolutely. And so now we find that Nazir is walking towards the courtyard of this wedding reception, just as the drunk uncle is being tossed out by two of the groom's friends. You just assured me I could speak. Gentlemen, this is democracy manifest. Get your hands off my penis. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Sesemalex meal? That's a nice headlock, sir. Ah, yes, I see you know your Kamar well. How dare you get your hands off me?
I fucking hate you. If I could leave because we're recording this for people, I would leave.
He says, I see you know your judo well, and Kamar is the Roshar in martial arts.
Succulent
Sesemalex meal. So the drunk uncle is being kicked out
God.
now. You see there's a natural shale bark growth that is kind of like an archway that leads to this courtyard that has been rented out. So Nazir, you begin to approach. Do you do anything with the drunk uncle, or do you just walk past and try to ignore him?
I'm going to fully ignore him. Then I'm going to have Fee go to the dance floor and take the shape of words to get the attention of the others.
So you start to approach this awning, but you stay on the outside. And so, Nazir, you've never seen a Sesemalex Dar lightday wedding before. In Azamir, you know that your wedding day means getting dressed in your most formal attire and delivering notarized papers that have been triple checked to a magister who seals the bond and, with the power of law and state, declares you married. This is more like an Alethi marriage, but even that, it's cranked up to 100, and the energy is really infectious. So I'm going to need you to make a check to not walk in here. This will be discipline. I'm going to say you're trying to beat a 16.
Does Luka see Nazir? Do I need to roll for that?
Not yet. You're too involved in the dance. I think that'd be really hard with someone who doesn't want to be seen.
18 plus 5, 23.
Oh my God. The most disciplined man in the world who, what, do you grit your teeth? What do you do to
I think just a nod of respect to the cultural practices that exist here.
Nothing angry or hateful or anything. It's just, you are a military man. You have celebrated before with your allies after a tough day of fighting, and this is something that maybe that kind of celebration is sacred to you in a way that you don't feel like you quite earned being a part of this. You witness this wedding from the outside.
Can I please?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I really just want to roll to see Nazir because I really want to try and pull him like into the dance.
Okay. This will be a disadvantage perception, and that'll be against Nazir. Are you doing a stealth?
Can
or
Andy
are we just
help
gonna
me?
do...
Paco, do you want to help me?
I was gonna try and pull him into the line.
No,
I was thinking the exact.
I have really good perception, so disadvantage. So that's 19. Oh, and a 7.
What? Roll an 11 and a 1. I am enraptured in my
complication.
God damn it! I really want to dance with Nazir. I want him to get into this. I want him to get up.
What do I
in
have to do
it.
for a complication again?
Well, what do you think it is? This is a negative outcome that goes beyond, oh, you didn't see him.
You have a
I
rock
think-
in your shoe.
He like trips and then he like hands over his handkerchief to someone else being the leader, and he goes and sits down, winded. I'm not as young as I used to be. His pride is hurt more than anything.
I think as you trip, you probably also hit your knee in a pretty bad way that you're starting to feel it a lot more today. That today was a good day where you weren't feeling the knee, and now you're not going to forget it until you go to sleep. And even then, it's gonna...
the bum leg is certainly bumped. It was too much too soon after the injury for him to really be blasting like that.
Despite the overwhelming smells coming from this fire where a professional chef is preparing fish and stew for all of the guests, Nazir stands still and takes in this sight, but with a sort of wistful eye. He's looking out the window of the bus, thinking about the album cover that he's on. And the courtyard grove that you see, it is almost as colorful as the sky that you can see between the crest and the watery horizon of the endless ocean. Colorful powders are being tossed into the air by the dancers and children. Decorations have glyphs of families woven together, and everyone is placing handprints of different colors. You see the 10 heralds are painted in their respective colors in prominent locations across, where there's a Chanaranash by the fire, and there's a Jezrien more by the wedding table. So as you are taking in this site, you're right on the outside of the fence, and a really young child is just running kind of away from their parents, isn't looking at all, and pushes through the fence, and it's about to hit you, and you kind of grab it, and you see a very apologetic mother just run up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and grabs her kid. And this is when, like, you really take in that you're seeing the most conspicuous people alive. There is a girl with uniquely red hair sticking out under her headdress that is doing a interesting jig, to say the least. There is a Herdazian with a wonky knee that is completely sweated out and leaning over in this chair, clearly in pain. There's an axe hound practically flying, and a short, chubby Thalen boy with the widest smile and no cares in the world, radiating a gravitational pull, bringing everyone together in this celebration. And Nazir, make a perception check and turn it up.
11, and then failure with +2.
That's a 13 with a complication?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you think the complication here is as you're trying to observe the area?
I think Nazir's kind of on high alert because he knows that there's assassins mucking about. So it might just be a misreading of who might be one.
You start panicking about someone on the dance floor that's getting close to Luka, that you don't notice that she's dancing with this Spren. You see that there's someone else that moves a little too quickly towards Paco, and that too takes your attention, and you feel this panic in your chest. You're afraid for your friends and worried that because they're not paying attention, something bad could happen, and this enforces your determination even more. You hone your discipline even further, and you're just so focused on that you miss what is happening around you. You don't see the incredible magic that is happening here. Only prayer and Cosmere can really take it in. That right now, the way the rainbows are reflecting off of the water and then hitting the underside of the stone crest, it reflects this light around you that creates a reflective, radiant glow, revealing Cynthia, the outline of mist around Paco, and this honor Spren that is floating near Luka. it is not necessarily coming from the lightday rainbows, but from Cosmere. He spins and he himself sees this outline of stormlight lines running between him and in every direction, ley lines of magic that hold the world together, that are centered on this innocent child. 4 of these lines are thicker, brighter than the rest. One of those pierces each of your hearts. He is prepared to swear an ideal, but none of you know that quite yet. Hey everybody, welcome to Knights of Desolation. We are the 4 Kremlings in a pod, and this is episode 10. Look at that, exciting stuff. Plug for the week, just everybody watch the One Piece live action and glaze it so they don't cancel it like Wheel of Time show. We gotta get them to the finish line. I don't care how old they look by the end. We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, and maybe they won't totally fuck up the storyline like they did in Wheel of Time, but we can.
So far, they haven't.
No, they've been very true.
Is One Piece even any good? I heard it just kind of overrated.
Shut up.
Hey,
I heard
Andy,
they just had one season and now they're just wrapping
Don't
it
fuck
up.
with me.
It's like get on with it, you know?
Yeah, they'll find it someday. Who knows? But
I heard it's real.
the One Piece is real.
someone did say that, yeah. Hi, I'm Kremling Allie. I play Luka Kulanaki Ashlor. Fun fact of the day for the Luka Legion, the Luka League. The Luka looks real goods.
The Luka lookers.
She did not do the Horn Eater traditional dances because she is not a good dancer. Like, this girl got 2 left feet, really not great at dancing. Honestly, I probably should have rolled disadvantage for this, but she just is not good at dancing. She
dexterous enough to pull a bow back with her feet.
She's good with her. Yeah, like she
but
can
just
do anything.
no sense of rhythm at all, and that's why she's been so bad at making music so far.
Hey! I wouldn't say that. She does have rhythm. She just can't dance good.
For our premium members, you can actually look at the AI rendering of Luka's feet.
Shut up.
They're in our Patreon, which we don't have yet.
No, you're right, and you do. It's a mere $19.99 to see the AI rendering of Luka's very dexterous toes.
We'll throw in a bone too, and we'll make them covered in mashed potatoes as well.
Yeah, taters.
Andy's our prompt writer that takes care of making sure we have all of our good AI images that we love so much.
Yep, it's really an art, you know. You got to support small artists like myself.
Luka's really good at all the dexterous stuff. She's been doing acrobatics and all that kind of thing her whole life. As soon as it is anything related to dancing, it usually does not go well. But in this recent circumstance, just she got really caught up with everything. And I would like to credit that to her little friend that was there. Maybe we got a little bit of Spren magic getting her through that.
Great.
Hey, Paco Pack. This is Andy Cotton. I play Paco in this here podcast. Paco's fun fact this week is a limerick, a little ditty I made up. There once was a captain named Paco. In his land, he was called a gancho. He was a master at sea and placed towers with glee. Now, he just follows Cosmere.
Oh my god,
that's amazing!
I love it.
10 out of 10. Holy fuck, that was great.
Yeah, that's Paco's fact. He's a little wordsmith sometimes. He likes to make limericks, and he just thought of that one when he was dancing and hovering.
Can you do it
chair.
again in the accent? No, I'm just kidding. No, you don't have to do that.
There once was a captain named Paco. In his land, he was called a gancho. He was a master at sea and placed towers with glee. Now he just follows Cosmere.
I'm so happy.
Incredible.
No AI was used in the building of that script. That was all off the dome.
I'm filled with glee.
Yeah.
It came to you in a dream.
Like Herodotus. He just saw like 40,000 troops. He figured it out from a dream. It's one of the founders of history. A lot of his stuff was just like, trust me, bro. Like a lot of his sources was just like, yeah, it came to me in a dream. Now they're like going back to his stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, these ancient naval battles did occur, and it did occur with striking accuracy from Herodotus. What the hell?
Étrange.
Hi, I'm Miles. I play Nazir. Fun fact, one of the traditional dances in Azamir is known as the Stanzerai. It initially started because they initially had a dance that was very like similar to a waltz, where it's very much pre-recorded steps. It follows a very structured means of dance. But then when like other like people from Akabalkum saw it, they kind of looked at it as like dance should have more energy, like love and like fun. And then they added a addition to the dance, which is where the two partners walk barefoot and they dip their feet in ink, and then they add like their own like variations to the dances, where by the time they start to end their dance, they create a poem that's 10 lines long.
Ooh, that's wonderful.
That's sick.
That's
yeah.
that's insane.
Luka's just out here putting her arms in doing the whatever, and I love that. I love
And
that.
I'll give a Lethe one next week.
Yeah, Pakos is literally just stolen from the Turkish. The Halay is the Turkish national dance, and I just figured that that's what the Herdazians would do. But that one, I feel like you get ink everywhere.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Yeah. They have like
You know?
very specific like rooms or areas they would do it in that you would have to be able to like kind of be like almost like on like a canvas.
Like ruin your
paper would have
shoes.
to fill it.
No, barefoot.
No,
man.
they're barefoot.
Yeah, they're barefoot.
Yeah, no, but like later, it'd stain your feet would sweat out the ink. I don't know.
They have
I'm
the
sure
resources
it's-
to wash feet, Andy. Just because you don't wash your feet doesn't
No,
mean everybody
listen,
does it.
everyone knows
Hear
that
me
when
out.
you put ink on your feet, it sweats out of your feet later.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That'll actually be on the Patreon. Noah's feet covered in ink.
Covered in
on a
All of our
sweaty day.
feet, all of our footprints.
We'll all be
We'll sell
on Feet
them.
Finder.
Like when your pet dies and the vet like gives you like a clay footprint thing.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Babies?
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
that's
they do
pretty-
that for babies also.
Or like when you install new concrete.
Yeah, we'll go with that and not the depressing pet dying thing.
Yeah, not the pet cemetery one, but the jubilant fun one.
You guys all get back together outside of this wedding venue and are able to debrief real quick on Nazir's information that he got from Kunde, the envoy from Azamir. So you know that there is some cooperation between the Prime of Amul and this investigation, but it is mostly being held up by Dvivik, the union boss. At this time, you guys are just outside of the market a little bit, and there is plenty going on in the city right now. So it's just up to you guys, whatever you want to do for the rest of the day. You know that 2 ships are leaving this evening. One that was Bosun Breck and the Thalen crew, the other, the Herdazians, that are Samphid and Whale Hunters.
Cosmockel's with us, right?
Cosmokkel and Prayer are with you guys. The whole crew is back together. We have reached noon, so you have an afternoon, and then you have an evening, which is also already kind of, you're thinking of going to the wedding of the union boss's daughter. And then it'll be like night, where that is when the ships are leaving.
Okay. Paco walks up to Cosmockel, panting. I saw you dance there. Did you see me dance out there? I was really enjoying this.
You were incredible, Paco. Man, I can't believe
It's a hot one.
It's only noon, and and the air, it's
Yeah.
so salty and it's so hot.
Hey, we should get something to eat or something.
I've been eating the whole time. I could eat more.
Yeah,
I could eat a bunch more, actually.
I think that's why I have the meat sweats. Yeah, the really hot curry too. Luka, I saw what you were doing. That's cool. Nazir, were you dancing at all? I couldn't tell. I fell down there at the end. I don't know how long you've been here.
No, I wasn't dancing. I got there decently late.
Yeah, better late than never, I always say. Where you been? And he takes a big gulp of wine that he just saw on a table. He doesn't know what color it is.
He's dehydrated.
I was speaking with one of the envoys that the union boss was, I guess you could say, concerned with, to just receive, I guess, some form of information for him to return. But the greater concern is I've been told that there are assassins around, and I have no idea what they look like, what they can do, or anything of the sorts, or even if, they're after us or someone else. But I do think we need to be very aware of our surroundings and what happens.
I think at this moment, Luka kind of skids up to you guys and goes, "Oh, you too! Hi, Nazir! It's great you're here. I have never felt more safe in my entire life. This is so much fun." And is looking at you both like, "Why? Hello? Oh, is something the matter?"
Paco's just thinking over what he just said. My claws, you heard your scout. What do you make of these?
I think we should probably keep our headdresses on and try to look inconspicuous.
Yep. Well, say, I do not have a hat. Do you want to go hat shopping or something?
You do have a headdress. Everybody got a headdress, but do you want to wear something that's not the more like formal light day wear, but something like just a unmarked ball cap?
Yeah. Unmarked ball cap, white t-shirt, blue jeans,
Yeah.
red shoes type of shit. Yeah.
Captain
Cop
America.
shit.
Sounds like Paco at least wants to go shopping a little bit, head out into the market. Is there,
Maybe get a disguise.
spend your afternoon in the market, or is there anything else you guys want to do? Is there any like leads you're trying to chase or go anywhere in particular?
I want to check in with is my little friend still around after all the dancing? Is he still with me?
Give me a check. Let's do a
Perception?
well, not no. I think this would be like you convincing it to stay.
So,
It could be persuasion.
persuasion. Yeah, I'll do a persuasion roll. That's a 1, natural 1.
Another complication. You try to convince it to stay, and as soon as the dancing is over, there is maybe a glass is dropped off of a table. It shatters, and your Spren zips away at the scent of blood in the air as someone cuts themselves.
Oh, my friend, it's okay. No, please, wait, please come back. Oh,
And it's gone.
Storms. When you want to come back, I'll be here. Okay. I'll go shopping.
For disguises. I like it.
You guys head into the market. There's a ton of traffic. Everybody's busy. There are wares being hawked. There are smiling faces and families
Smiling
in the crowd.
Sorry.
There's people with things that are, I guess, similar to balloons using some type of lighter gas that is holding them up, like fire lanterns that are being released into the bay. There's all kinds of celebrations going on in different booths, music and food, smells, and of course there are also slave auctions. There are human beings also being sold in this city. So you guys head towards a place that is selling clothing and are able to just pick up a couple pieces of cheap clothing that is unmarked and very generic looking.
Paco's just looking for a simple rain cloak, considering he doesn't have one, and it'd be something that is reasonable to own, and if you get cold, you just wear it.
Okay, so a heavier raincoat, even though it's a hot day here, you're going to put on like the kind of long sleeve hooded trench coat. As you're buying this clothing, you see that there is a similarly dressed hooded man that walks up to a tent that is relatively inconspicuous. There's 2 guards out front, and it's surrounded by natural shale bark growths that isolate the establishment on the alternate sides of the building. It's significantly more secure than most homes, which can just be entered by lifting a flap on any side. You see that the figure walks up, lifts their hood, presents their face, and then immediately pulls it back up. One last suspicious glance around, and then heads inside.
Paco notices the nice raincoat and goes, "Yeah, see, people, they don't like this. I'm gonna get this."
Paco, that guy looked really suspicious, so maybe you look.
I could see the point, but can I perceive to see if he saw me?
That guy did not see you, no. The way he was glancing around did not, reveal his face to you, so he could not have.
Oh.
Luka was super into, picking out some, new disguise clothes, and seeing that just, was really distracting. Hey, Nazir, did you see that really weird guy?
Yeah, I saw him, but...
But what? That looks like a place we should try to go see, maybe.
No.
Sneaky. Oh, no.
Is this... It's just, the one entrance, there's no real way you can see, anything else from the inside?
No, it's actually, pretty secure compared to everything else that you've seen around here.
Yeah, I think the best bet is keeping that in our periphery.
But
You're
what
aware
if
of the
we
building.
were super sneaky? Paco had that mustache one time. I did not even recognize.
Yeah, I'm also looking for maybe some rims for our glasses. without the glasses in them, considering my perfect eyesight. It's just for the disguise. I'm looking for other stuff. So if you see any novelties to hide our features, maybe a false nose, maybe a mole that you could put on, perchance makeup, even. This could all be helpful, Luka. And then we could potentially try and sneak our way into that building over there if we have time.
Well, presumably, if he showed his face, it must be well known. A disguise. The importance of a disguise is to make you unknown. So I don't know if a disguise would work well
Right, but
in getting you access to this.
They haven't met me.
Yeah.
I could take a pseudonym, and maybe a pseudo job. I could be like a stylist salesman, a fan salesman for slaves, to fan, or like a palanquin reupholsterer or something, something believable that they would have in that building.
Paco, in almost any other circumstance, I would say that's a wonderful idea, but in this one, I don't know if that's going to work. But I don't really know what will work. Maybe we need to do some recon and look around the area a little more, or see
Right.
literally anything.
Also, I don't know if I can afford any of the things that I'm holding right now. I do not have a lot of money. Does anyone have money to spot me, or should I just put it
The
all
cloak
back?
will be
That's a
10
great
marks.
question. I don't think I have 10. I think I have like a 1. I only have 7 marks, and I think we should save those.
Right. I'm gonna try and haggle. I only have 8 marks. Yeah, it's a bad idea. I'm gonna find something cheaper. Maybe a large hat
No,
to
no,
hide
no,
my
Paco.
face.
Paco, come here, and I'm like motioning for you to get like real close. Like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
You go in, and you haggle, and I'll come in and pretend I'm interested and try to drive the price down.
Oh, yeah. What's the price number we should look for? 4 or 5?
Maybe I think 5 is a little. Nope, that's your accent. 5 might be a little more realistic, but if he'll go down to 4, I'll take it. But we won't know until we
I'll come
try.
in strong with 5, and then you say 4, and
Okay.
then we'll try it. So Paco walks up. He's holding this cloak in his hand and goes, "Right, I found this in the double discount bin. It says on here 4, but I'll be willing to pay 5 for it, considering the quality of this. It must be last year's season's garment or something."
A double discount bin. Not familiar with that, but I'll take it for 5. And just reaches their hand out for you to pass over the chips.
All right, and he hands him the chips.
Luka's standing like to the side with her hand kind of like she's like ready to go in, and she's like, "Oh, all right."
She's just like trembling on the
she does
side.
like a really quick like about face and just dips out.
Thank you, kind sir.
Have a nice day. If you want anything else, just let me know.
Oh, yes, good sir.
Hello.
Hello. I found this really nice hat also in the double discount bin for 2 marks.
3.
2.
3.
I don't have 3. I only have 2.
Well, sorry.
You can take 2 or you can take nothing.
Nothing.
Can I roll persuasion?
Okay.
That's a 5. Oh, okay. Fine. Oh, 3 it is, and I give him 3 marks for this hat.
Okay, you have a nice new hat, and it looks really
I'll
good.
figure out what the hat looks like at some point. All right, so these are perfect disguises, and I want to like huddle everyone together.
Sharp.
Yeah. With these fresh new disguises, do we want to go maybe try to check out that tent with the guards? That we have to be very careful. It seemed a little, as they say in the Horniter Peaks, sketchy. It seems like there might be something interesting in there.
Yeah, it certainly looks like an option to fill the afternoon.
You're also welcome to walk around the market and check out other things.
Noah's like, can you guys please look at this beautiful market that I spent time
No,
on?
Yeah, let's go walk around the market.
I'm happy if you guys go in there too.
Great point, Claus Morkel. We'll walk around the market too. It's your first light day here, so is mine. So let's poke around a bit, I guess. What do you want to see, Claus?
Oh, I was going to say, player, do you smell anything particularly delicious?
Prayer looks full and tired after everything that happened at the wedding. You guys are also going to see maybe Cosmokle is leaning a little bit more towards this. There's games set up. There's like darts. There's a like hang from the bar type of thing. There's shooting sea grapes into like pottery vases that you can take home if you like get it in kind of like a fishbowl. And there's a rock'em sock'em type like hammer pull thing where you're like trying to break the other person's sphere that sits in a little cup. There's a caricature artist.
Oh my god, Nazir, Paco, we should go play that game where you fight each other with the little things. Do you guys want to go play competitive games with me? And I like beeline for the Rock'em Sock'em thing.
Okay, you head over there, and there's just a little setup next to this elderly man that has clearly tinkered all of this together. Oh, it's free to participate. You just you and your friends just put down your spheres, and whoever gets chipped first, they lose. And we have one less sphere that holds good Stormlight around, but it's just a fun game.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that I wanted to do this, but no. Oh, sorry. Have a wonderful day. And I turn around and I walk away.
Did it cost money?
It did not cost money, but it would have our spheres would not have held Stormlights if we had done this game.
Well,
Yeah,
to
it
be
seems
fair,
like a waste
is
of
there
it.
a difference between selling it and never having it versus chipping it and never using it?
But if we have it and it's not chipped, we could maybe use it. And if it's chipped, then we cannot use it ever.
Yeah, you can still use it as currency. It would just not be needed for Stormlight.
I thought that maybe you would want spheres that could hold Stormlights.
Yeah, aren't they worth more?
Well, I actually already have some, so I'm pretty good.
Well, Nazir, pardon my sass, but that is so nice for you. But I think I would like to keep my spheres that could possibly hold Stormlight. So maybe we go throw those pointy little things at that little target over there. I start walking towards the darts, but like really slowly, and I kind of like look behind me to see if anyone's following me. I'm not feeling confident anymore.
Cosmokle is.
Yeah, Paco's following with Cosmokle, and he's just talking to Claus about, like, really, these rich people always just find intuitive ways to throw away money. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Is Nazir following me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys walk over to the dart setup. There are these balloons that are blown up and pinned to a wall, and everybody that comes up pays for 3 throws. And
How much for 3 throws?
for 3 throws, it's just gonna be 1 chip.
I definitely get advantage on this. This is basically.
Yeah, you can do this.
archery.
You can do this with advantage because you're a hunter. So this will be a light weaponry check.
What do we get when we win, or if we
Yeah.
win?
Oh, yeah. Great question. Hey, so good, sir.
You see the prizes that are hung up on the walls. You see that there are wind chimes. There is a glyph
tiny
that is
stuffed
like
action.
an evil eye that is the glyph of nail. It's a warding evil eye type of thing. There is a light weaving stone, which we know as prisms, and there's some pottery pieces.
Okay. Ooh. That's a natural 20. We're gonna take that one. That's a natural 1. Natural 20 and natural 1 right in a row. So that's a 10. That is a 19. That is a 22. And that is another natural 1.
22, 19, and a natural 20 are your 3 successful balloon pops. All 3 of them. Pop, pop, pop.
Pop, pop.
You are given free choice of any of the top prizes.
I look at my friends and I kind of thought that I'd do really well, but I still want to make sure my friends like saw me kind of own that shit. Like I don't say anything, but I give them like a little smirk, like, hey, you seen that?
Cosmokle smiles and claps. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Luka, that was awesome!" And Prayer like lets off his like chittering at you.
Paco gives a nod and a wink.
With my resounding success, do I see my Spren anywhere?
No,
No. Okay, that's fine. I would like that a very nice prism there.
it's a large, well-cut gemstone that isn't a sphere. This doesn't have any like monetary value like that, but it is just a well-cut, almost glassy gemstone that catches light and reflects off rainbows. It's a really nice paperweight decoration. At the same time, as you're waiting, Paco, you're sort of grabbed from behind. There's this caricature artist that's looking at you and says, young sir, let me paint you. I have not had a Herdazian all day. Please sit down.
Is it free of charge?
Oh, it's cheap. It's cheap. Just sit down, please, please. Let me draw
I
you,
have
please. You
no
you have such
money.
a wonderful visage. Oh, one chip, please, please.
I would rather not. Mostly because I have no money and I have no way to pay you, and I would feel really bad.
Paco, do you want this?
Not really. Mostly because I don't have money to pay him.
I can pay if you want this done.
You would be the commissioner?
I think that's probably going to be my role while we're in this group, so yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Moneybags here, Mr. Money Spheres over here, he's going to pitch in for it, so why not?
Ah,
Mr.
wonderful.
Steelbags.
You sir, the patron. I will add your face in as well. Yes, and he's.
Don't put my face
Okay,
in.
I will not. Thank you for the note.
What about, can I get this kid? And he picks up Cosmere.
Cosmere, he's on your shoulder, yeah, and so he starts drawing.
He picks him up like you would pick up a dog from the haunches, where he just looks uncomfortable, like picking up from the armpits.
Cosmere, arms out to the side.
For all of our listeners,
loose.
Noah is drawing in the air.
So the artist, he starts going at it with like a black charcoal to just get some outlines. You see some watercolors come out as he starts filling it in, long brush strokes, really rapid, and in just a very short amount of time, he turns over and you see a very almost cartoonishly racist Herdazian face, really dirty hands and fingers that are almost completely black, and buck teeth completely sticking out. Your head shape is completely like concave. It's almost like a pear at certain places. You see the Dalen boy on your shoulder with these wispy eyebrows that trail so far behind that they're blending into the clouds that he's drawn above, as if he had some sort of divine revelation that this was related to the Stormfather. You see that you're both riding atop a donkey, like a very cartoonish looking ass. Big eyes, big buck teeth that sort of look like what he drew on the Herdazian here.
I want to roll perception to see if this is void.
The other thing that, Paco, as you start to take it in, this is similar to in Way of Kings when Shallan first starts seeing things in her drawing. Behind you, there is a misty, wispy outline that this artist seems to have somehow perceived but was not aware that he was drawing. There is a strange Spren that is hovering in the air behind you.
Paco holds the painting and he's just scratching his beard and goes, "Oh, lick my sparks. Cosmere, he got your teeth absolutely right. And look at mine. Oh, got my grubby fingers too.
This is amazing.
Well, that was a shit well spent.
You're such a good artist, mister. That's, oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We will treasure this for all of our days.
I'm going to roll a perception to see if he notices that detail.
Yes, please do.
5.
Yeah, Paco actually doesn't notice it. I would say Nazir probably takes it in.
I was gonna say, can I come up
quickly.
and like look at it and be like, oh, that's an interesting thing, and give like a help action? Is that a thing in this game?
Sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Paco, roll with advantage now. Give me another one.
Seek. Okay, yeah, 18.
This time you're able to see it. This time it confirms every fear that you've had that something is following you.
After that was being pointed out, Paco just kind of goes, "Sparks, all right. Can you lacquer this too? Is that included in the? I need to waterproof it.
2 more chips, and I will prepare this for travel and have it ready to go. And I'll be able to roll it up for you and put it in a container.
Doe-eyed, Paco looks back at Nazir.
Please.
You know, you don't have to do that. I give him 2 more chips.
And then Paco, once it's lacquered up, Paco rolls it up and then he puts it in one of the big pockets of his...
The artist has a sort of sleeve thing that he slides it into to protect the outside of it, and then you yourself slide that into one of your pockets.
One of my
all
big
of this
pockets.
time, Nazir, as you've been looking around, you probably caught something out of the corner of your eye that probably would interest you. There is a big banner with the 2 glyphs that read Fabrial Games.
Can I do a quick perception to make sure no one's going to kill us?
Yes, just a general perception protection, yeah.
17.
The only reason I'm not disadvantaging this is because Thea is like on constant guard too. You have
Thea.
Thea.
It's both. You can use Thea or
Cynthia.
Both are
So that's
accurate.
why I
God
was.
damn it. Fine.
Thea has her eyes out and her senses, more importantly, reaching into both the cognitive and spiritual space to a small degree. And you don't sense anything. Right now, things seem kind of safe. If anything, you are getting a strange vibe from that one area where the hooded figure walked in.
Nazir's gonna sigh, look at the crew. I think Nazir would want to, like, kind of sneakily go away, but he's like, I don't think I should leave these guys without adult supervision. So he's like, oh, I think there might be something over there. I don't know what it is, but we could go see.
Okay, deception.
Are you saying there's other fun things at this festival that we can go and accompany you in? Absolutely.
I don't know if I would say it's fun. I don't know what it is. I'm completely blind from this angle. That's 19 plus 0.
Okay, you hide it well that you're not heading directly towards it, but you guide the group towards it, and then eventually you see there's this older couple, a man in a top hat in an old-time suit, and then the woman wears a fancy gown that is very old-timey, and they're at two different booths. So one of them, you see this new invention, something like you've never seen before, that is just this kind of spinning seat that like rises and falls, kind of like the very first sort of roller coaster in a way. And then another one, it's kind of these lights that are going in a circle, and you see people that are trying to hit a button and stop the light. And there are kids that are letting out big cheers. And then you also see sometimes they're like, ah, but they're drawing a somewhat decent crowd, and both the man and the woman are doing a lot of crowd work. They're tipping the top hat out to the crowd and trying to bring people in, just like Fabrial games, something that you've never seen before. This is a completely unique new invention in this world that we've come out of a time of these being used to try to invent something for war, and now it's for fun.
Can I do an insight on these people?
Absolutely.
I want to see if if it's like one of those things like, when you go to a carnival and you're like, this isn't safe.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like a safety check of like if these guys are like seem legit. Dirty 20.
These are not grifters or snake oil salespeople. These are inventors. These seem like people that are similar to you, care about creating new things, and they've just focused on a very different path than you have. They have spent their time inventing something that now that you see the mechanics, you see how this works, maybe you get how you would arrive at something like this, but you've never thought about it as creating a device that would be for pure enjoyment. At the same time, with that 20, you are starting to come up with ideas. This moving chair-like thing. It's almost as if you could have a person sit in a Fabrial controlled device that would move them through their fields and like till it on its own. You're coming up with ideas like really rapidly right now, but these people seem to be on the level.
Luka, Paco, there's a lot of research to be done here, so I'm going to have to try out a few things. You're more than welcome to join me, but, when research comes, it's best to get cracking at it as soon as possible, otherwise you might forget important things. So you're just going to turn around and go to a game.
Paco walks up behind him, and he goes, Nazir, do you need someone to write down notes? It looks like you're pretty hands-on with it. Or do you need me to come and help you?
Do we even have like a notebook?
Not necessarily. You have newspapers, but those are already pretty covered in text. Paco did mention something about writing earlier, and I was like, I don't know if he could. Oh, the limerick. I don't think you wrote down the limerick anywhere. I think that you kept that entirely in your head, and you can't really write too well, probably.
Yeah, can't you just do glyphs?
Paco can't read.
Yeah, Paco can read a little bit.
I thought you said you couldn't.
No, he can read.
Oh, dude, I could have sworn you said Paco can't read.
You literally met him in a library.
Right, but I think we also have talked a bit about how you still
can read glyphs.
Like aren't you can read like most glyphs, like very common, and like beyond that you don't know more complex words, and you're sounding out a lot of things, and you're just like, what does that mean?
Functionally illiterate is different than completely illiterate. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Now, I'll take the thing on saying I guess I misheard, but where did you meeting us in a library?
The very first scene in episode 2, he's in a library before he gets detained. Yeah.
I'm like, I have yet to step foot in the library yet.
That's where I got arrested because I couldn't read and I was pestering them.
Check out episode 2 of Knights of Desolation on YouTube. Gotta plug the
glad we covered
podcast
that.
mid-podcast.
But Paco comes up. You want me to write anything down?
Can I? And we're in a market. Is there like just a stall for like? Because I mean, it might just be good to have one in general, just like a small notepad and like ink.
Yeah, so for 1 mark, you guys can get a notepad and ink, I think. So you guys acquire the ink and notepad. Nazir, you walk up to this couple, and the older man, he says, hello, would you like to try out the Fabrial games? Me and my wife here, we have prepared 2 inventions, both are individual ideas that we have brought to fruition over the past 2 years of inventive growth.
Yes.
And which would you like to try? The new Whirlimagig or the light game?
We'll probably do both. So
We'll have to do both for research.
For research, of course. Artifabrians, I see. You have a keen eye. We have invented something I believe no one has ever seen before. With the blessings of the Night Watcher, we have grown in our inventive capacity, and over the past several years, we have invented things that have never before been tried. You see, this device, the Whirlimagig, it runs off of rotation fabrial. We create those, we put them in a sphere, and then we have it go, and as long as you keep fueling it with enough Stormlight, and you put the right metals into it, then it can move an entire chair enough that it just needs to get you up over the top peak, and then it drops you, and then it uses the momentum of dropping you to pick you back up. It is a quite fun sensation of your stomach dropping out from under you as you take off in this new device.
Right. Did you say the Night Watcher?
Yes, I did. We, my wife and I, we are both Emuli, and so it is tradition to head out, and for our whole lives, we somewhat looked down on it. It never seemed like a thing for us to do. Neither of us were warriors. We stayed in the city well protected, and we did our diligence. We worked in manufacturing, building things for the war effort, but as soon as the war was over, we decided, the 2 of us, to set out on a new adventure to meet her and live out the Emuli lifestyle. And we don't quite remember what happened, but since leaving, we've had more ideas than ever before.
Right. Paco is going to try to deceive these people that he doesn't want to stand anymore because his knee's hurting him, but he wants to be polite about how he doesn't want to be around Night Watcher people.
Okay.
Because he's extremely superstitious.
This will be a deception to just leave this conversation. Be like, oh, okay.
Okay. Rolled a 15.
That's probably enough. And as you walk away, they're like, oh, okay.
I realize now that this looks a little bit more involved than I'd like to get myself into. My knee kind of hurts. My friend Nazir over here will help. He'll do his research. I'll just stand away.
Okay, I assure you it is completely safe, but it is your prerogative, sir, if you wish to not participate. The rest of you, please make your way over to the chair and be seated. I will require either 3 chips, 1 from each of you, or the Axe Hound, he may ride for free. Actually, the child may ride for free too. Just the 2 of you adults. And if you have any spheres that have Stormlight in them, I will half the fee, because we need that to operate some of these.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just here for emotional support. I am not interested in the service. Thank you very much.
Well, I assure you it is safe, but it is your prerogative as well to not ride.
I do not doubt that it's not safe. I simply am not interested, but thank you. I look at Cosmere. I do think if you're offering it for free, they would be more than happy to come with you.
Klausmakel makes his way over to it and kind of signals to Nazir to lift him into the seat.
What is he, a fucking baby?
I'll lift him.
You lift up the little boy, you put him down. Both of you get in the device, and yeah, just like the thing that you would see at the fair, it swings you clockwise and then drops you, and you feel your stomach come out from under you. Klausmakel has his hands up in the air and lets out a woo! It's an exciting thing, and for world that doesn't actually have roller coasters, it's pretty incredible. You guys have a fun ride, and Nazir, this just continues to help you percolate more ideas for how would you use this in a different capacity? What would you do in an agricultural sense? How would this be used maliciously for war? how are ways you can neuter it and prevent it from doing anything negative?
I think while we're doing it, Claus is gonna look to me and Nazir when like there's like the certain drop that you have. Nazir passes out because there would be no real like reason why it would happen to him prior, but it's a thing when like certain people ride roller coasters or rides and they kind of like the
Oh, yeah.
3Gs. So like Nazir just passes out like quickly from that.
You black out momentarily, and then you feel yourself suck in a little bit of the stormlight from the device, which then it comes to a stop. Oh, that's strange. I've never seen it go out like that before. Here, one free ride on me. And he goes to like set it all back up.
Nazir's kind of like a little confused. He's like, well, that was weird. I don't really remember it. Paco.
Mm-hmm.
Paco stepped away. He's like all the way on the other.
Paco's
He's still close.
You
right?
can see Paco's disdain on his countenance as he watches you guys with suspicious eyes, holding all of the stuff that could have flown off the roller coaster, and he just goes, "Mm-hmm."
I can't remember what happened for some odd reason, so I'm going to need you to record what you saw.
It looks like you fell asleep, and now you're awake. You remained on the seat the entire
Paco
time.
was paying attention, so you can do a perception to see if you saw like the pass out, the sucking in of the stormlight, the little bit of glowing.
And I think that would be a disadvantage because he doesn't know it yet.
You know that Nazir is radiant.
Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily know the whole process.
Sure, that it like gives you a like healing and an awareness that
Does an 8 do it?
an 8 does not. You are not able to relate to Nazir what happens exactly, but now I guess you're riding again, and this time you're going to be paying more attention, Luka as well. And this time, if the exact same thing happens on that drop, you'll both be able to notice and report back to Nazir.
So me and Paco were like watching this whole thing happen.
Yeah. So he rides again, and then you're able to tell him. Yeah. So I guess Nazir, you are told that about yourself.
Right. So from what I saw, you knock out and then you revive yourself using Stormlight. I would check your pockets. Maybe you're eating them or something. Not entirely sure the whole process of it, but it seems as though you're falling asleep and then waking up with Stormlight.
Yeah, Nazir, it doesn't seem like this is your thing. You keep passing out.
Have you
Excuse
eaten anything
me,
today?
young Artifabrian, may I speak with you, my wife and I? May we have a conversation in private?
Yes, we can talk, yeah.
They take you behind the device into a kind of like alley space that they have. Young man, are you aware that I don't believe we had a problem with my Fabrial. I believe there was a problem with you, where you might be displaying certain abilities.
That's odd. What do you mean by that?
Well, I've seen several in my life. My brother, he was a radiant before heading off the last time I saw him, but I do know what it looks like when one of your kind absorbs stormlight. I saw it, and my wife did as well. Yes, young man, you should not be displaying those in public. I believe there are many eyes out here in the market. They may have witnessed that. We don't want you to get in any trouble. It seems like you have good intentions, and we want to help a young Artifabrian learn to create new devices, and we wish to help you, but that was somewhat disturbing to see, and it seems like if it's out of your control, we wish for you to probably not ride that again in public, and just be aware of when you're around Stormlight that you may accidentally absorb it and begin to glow a bit.
Thank you for your concern. I'm not quite sure why I would be displaying powers like that. I mean, Night Radiants are supposed to be people that are important. So I think I would find it hard to believe. But I do appreciate the concern, and I'll try to be aware of any weird observers.
The signs are subtle at first. My brother didn't believe it at all either. He thought it was apparitions. I myself have never experienced it, and there are not many of you, but just be careful, young man. And with that, the older woman, she's going to hand you a like spinning top device. She's like, we have made these rotation fabrial using this device. We draw out the rotation spren. I want you to take this. It may help you if you ever need to create something that has movement or rotation to it, if that is the type of device you're making. I have plenty of these at home. The best start to a fabrial, as you must know, is getting the proper spren. With this, I've been able to almost scientifically guarantee that we can draw out this rotation spren. And that is just the most important core to the beginning of the process. And then the man is also going to say, and the other thing that we have learned recently is that we can use this metal, and it's this silvery piece of metal that he's going to hand you like a half of an ingot of. And he says, this is a metal that we have been working with in designing fabrials. The reason that we're able to get the lift in the whirlamajig so that it can lift multiple people as well as the heavy metal chairs is that we put this metal into the fabrial and it enhances the rotation spren inside. If you see the difference between a normal sphere, and he shows you one that has a rotation spren inside of it that's just a very gentle spin, and the one that we have set up in the device, and that one is just like a tornado. It's a tempest inside. By adding this metal, you can enhance its ability greatly. So we want you to have this before you go. Whatever may be down the road for you, we know that having grown up in an era with several radiants around, not many, it was always comforting. We know that you have the proper intentions. If you're taking on these powers, you are a person of dignity, of honor, respect. And so please take these and be safe in your journeys. And please be very careful to not show your powers in public like that.
Quick question before I do this. For the spinning top, is it like a dreidel?
It's more like a Beyblade.
Okay, that's literally the other thing I was going to say. Is it like a dreidel?
It has a like stem that you pull on to like enhance the spin. It's not just spinning it with your fingers. There's another mechanism.
Okay. I'm going to hand the man a garnet brome. I'm going to say, for the gift, for the unfortunateness of the ride's malfunctioning, and for your kind words, please take this. And then I'm going to quickly turn. My hand is going to grip around my sword, and I'm kind of going to move with a brisk pace towards them and just whisper, let's keep moving.
And as you're leaving them, they just bow their heads in respect and they say, if the Prime Cata 6 may provide. And they watch you go off, and this kindly old couple goes back to their street performance. He puts the top hat back on and starts yelling out to the crowd about this wonderful new invention. What else are you guys looking for in the market now?
Luka has played her game. She's very interested in this like weird spy tent, but there doesn't seem to be a way to get in there because they're guarding it. So she's just kind of like giving it like the eyeball.
I have an ability, and I'd assume all Radiants have it, I don't know. But I have covert scouting, so I can literally use 2 focus to have my sprint stealthily scout an area.
Yes, you can.
And then just report stuff back. So I could just have her go while we're close by.
Yeah, I think that'd be great if you don't mind using 2 focus.
So we don't have to physically go. Yeah, I'm full. I have 5, so that's no big deal.
Oh, I mean, I don't have a Spren yet, but I have literally like 1 focus. I have 2 focus. Mr. Moneybags. Mr. Focus Bags.
Oh, wait, that's actually kind of small. My bond range is only 30 feet.
30 feet still.
We could get closer.
So read me the ability.
Your sprint stealthily scouts an area within your sprint bond and reports back on what they observe. Over several minutes, your sprint stealthily scouts an area within your sprint bond range, then reports back on what they observe. To glean certain information from the report, the GM might require you to make an awareness skill test against a DC they set.
Let's do a perception check from Thea, but like from you, but
14.
The green vines of the cultivation spren.
Actually, can I roll a plot die?
Turn it up for me.
That's an 18 with a complication.
Okay.
We're just getting lots of complications.
The green vines of your cultivation spren slither on the ground and slide underneath the tent flap in the front, near the guards that are at the front entrance. You stand somewhat nearby them, and Thea continues to slither outward into an open, smoky parlor. She's describing a dark, dimly lit room with some stormlight spheres, but very few. There is a heavy smog at the ceiling of incense and incense spren that are these thin, translucent wisps. And everybody here actually has very different social classes of headdresses. Everywhere else that you've looked, mostly the market has generally the poor and middle class. You've seen the very wealthy ones in certain weddings and near the union boss's residence. But now you're seeing, or at least Cynthia is describing to you, a multi-class like area where there are the poor and the rich alike hanging out in this room, heated discussions. And as she's describing to you, like, oh, there's this handful of unmasked uniformed waiters that are walking around with drink trays, you sort of lean a little bit too far and stumble and sort of walk into one of the guards. And he pushes you back and he's like, excuse me, are you coming in?
I'm gonna pretend to stumble back again, look around kind of like confused and say, sorry, wait, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna turn around and do a motion like I feel like I'm about to throw up and I don't. Look back at him and say, I'm sorry, what's your question?
I was asking if you're coming in, but if you're just drunk, we don't want drunkards in here.
Is it not a bar? Do you guys not have drinks in there?
We serve drinks.
Oh, well, is me being drunk not gonna let me come in? I mean, if people drink, they get drunk. Isn't that normal?
No IOUs. All sales are final. And he opens the tent flap for you.
Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna throw up in an alley, feel a little bit better, and come right back.
You can rally, we call it.
What is that?
He'll figure it out.
You can rally pledge.
I think I'll force myself to throw up and come back. I'll be fine. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm gonna kind of walk a little bit away, very slowly.
And you debrief with the rest of the group. You tell them what Cynthia was showing you as she slides back up your like pant leg and around and comes back out through your arm. And she also sort of mentally connects to the rest of you and gives a little bit of a debrief that inside smoky parlor, lots of people that are kind of mingling. There's some games of pieces and towers that are going on. And for the most part, people are queuing up for a long counter. It looks like a bar.
At a long counter.
They are queuing up at a long counter, like with two tellers that are behind it. And you also give the information that it seems pretty easy to enter, that they just didn't want someone walking in completely concealing their identity.
Well, I don't feel comfortable with that at all.
So are you telling everybody you don't want to, like, what's the call here?
Yeah, this is me, like, after, like, the information's out to the group, yeah.
So you're saying it's a bar?
Hey, Nazir, what just happened over there?
Yeah, I guess it's a bar, but my concern is the showing identity thing. Like, I don't know if that's a barring of interest for specific people and being wary, or, like, trying to be on the lookout for specific people of note.
I mean, don't we have wanted posters already out there?
Yes, you do.
We should probably avoid the bar then.
And mine looks pretty good, Cosmere says.
Yeah.
That's great, honey. I bet it looks wonderful. We don't want them to see you.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so I am still, because of the security, I really want to go in there. But if it's just a bar, maybe we go play some more games.
Yeah, I might look around for a game of towers. But you said that there's towers in that bar, right?
Paco, you're gonna go into the bar?
Yeah, I kind of wanna dust off my tower skills. Yeah, I mean, I figured it might be a fun thing to do. Just sit down for a little while, play some towers, and then good way to relax. Drink some water.
I guess that I played my shooty sharp thing game, and Nazir had Nazi, as I should say, our good friend Nazi. You haven't really gotten to do anything quite yet at this fair carnival.
On a coat. Yeah, I figured we can just sit around in there and then wait for the next wedding we go to. Do you know what time that starts at, Claus?
Oh, I think we still have a couple more fingers of the sun until that happens, but not too many.
Yeah, you do that too? Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how I tell time, because I usually don't care too much about it. And then
fair
Freedom
enough.
also flies out and is like, I'm still learning about time. I don't like it.
That's fine, Freedom. Time is objective anyway.
What? Nobody told me that. I thought it was
no,
one
no,
thing.
no, wait.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
what?
No, time is very concrete and linear. Please disregard what I just said. I was talking to myself.
Concrete and linear. Huh, but that also doesn't seem right either.
For now, we're going to go with concrete and linear, and we can, you and me, we can talk later and delve into the specifics.
Okay, Luka.
I love you, Freedom.
Has Freedom shown herself to the group yet?
Yeah, she is the main communicator for prayer most of the time.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't still like a new weird thing to see how I played that. Paco goes, all right, it seems like we could just go in there and then just sit around for a little bit. So let's just go in, I guess. He starts walking over. Nazir, do you want to come with? You're going to do your weird things that you do alone again.
Yeah, Nezzy, let's go.
Do you want to play some towers?
My concern is, if you go in, oh man, how about we get you some water real quick before? I would prefer if you don't drink
We can just get a
anything they
deck.
offer. What?
We could just get a deck of cards and we can play towers on our own. I mean, we don't really have to, have the whole pieces and everything. You just want to do that?
I guess we can. Just be on the lookout for people that are acting weird, because
Yeah, I'll just go in
last thing
there.
you need is to just get stabbed in your back by some random assassin.
Okay. Do you want to come in and back me up so that doesn't happen, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the bar and buy a used deck of cards.
You guys present yourself at the front entrance. You guys probably mostly still have your headdresses on, as was decided at the wedding. Keep the headdresses on.
Yeah.
But at the entrance, the guards just ask you to reveal your face. Nothing seems to draw their attention to you as you guys walk in one after the other.
Wait. When they say reveal your face,
Yeah, I was assuming Paco still had on somewhat of a disguise beneath them.
Paco nudges Nazir and he pulls out the portrait. Pretty good, right? And he puts his hand right next to it.
Just like you. Yeah, incredible
Yeah,
artists
yeah,
we got
right.
here to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang this up when I get a house. Rolls it up, puts it in his.
They let you
All right,
in.
Nazir?
You guys see this smoky parlor, dimly lit with the incense spren above, and the clientele lounging in some comfortable chairs, playing towers or pieces, a lot of them at high top tables having heated discussions. On the other end from the entrance, this large desk that runs wall to wall, a small line is queued up in front of these two different tellers. You see at the front of this line, there's a figure that brings out a large sack of spheres and then starts pouring them out into a bowl so they can be counted. And that sort of lights up the room. You see the colorful radiance in the back coming from that. And then behind them, now that this room has been lit up a bit more by some of these stormlight infused spheres, you see that there are some large posters behind the teller. There is a grand tournament in 5 years in Azamir that has an outline of Cosmere, and then off to the sides of those, you see the bounty posters of all of your faces.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna roll
guys
perception.
see that too, right? That kind of looks like us. I'm sorry, roll persuasion, Andy. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna roll perception.
Roll perception.
To see if there's other people besides us that are on wanted posters in here.
You see that there are posters for, or at least artist renditions of what Sindarim looks like, Karshan, Reshi.
While this is happening, Paco goes up to the bar.
Nazir grabs you before you go up.
Yeah, what's up?
I tried. I came in. Dude, wanted posters are right there. We're not exactly inconspicuous. I don't think it's safe.
Okay. What do you think we should do?
I think we should leave.
Can I just get a deck of cards for?
We're in a market. Towers is a popular game. I guarantee you we can find some cards elsewhere. And you know what? Rather than paying a bar, we can just have them to keep for our own personal use.
All right, I just kind of wanted to get an inside scoop of the whole money exchange. I mean, better safe than sorry. We're going.
The two of you guys are looking around inside. The last two bounty posters, I mean, you see that there is not necessarily a bounty poster, but there is a large drawing of the prime of Makabakam, Gandalwa. There's a wanted poster for Azu, daughter Ozen, is a Shin woman that you see, looking somewhat elderly, and a couple other people that have been rumored to be Knights of Desolation. So that includes the Carbronthian Princess and the Chasm Fiend. There's a couple other posters up on the wall, and you remember from earlier, you saw in the newspaper that there are a bunch of these gambling houses popping up. So this just happens to be happening in the city right now. You guys gather all this information. You see the people in here are using this as a general gambling hall, playing these games of somewhat chance, somewhat skill against each other for some cash. But at the main counter, they are counting up money and they are putting down bets that are very long term, up to 5 years in the future when that tournament happens. So you guys leave?
Yeah.
You guys make your way back out into the market, and pretty quickly, following up on his promise, Nazir is able to purchase a deck of cards so that you guys can play towers at any time. What are you guys doing for the rest of this afternoon before we hit the evening?
Paco goes to a public park where he sees a lot of people playing towers, almost like how people play chess in Central Park. And he knows that there's like tricksters and stuff there, so he's gonna go and it's like that classic undercover chess master plays scammer.
You're sharking. You're going and you're trying to find some sucker who will challenge you to the game, and you can take some money from him. The public park, you find, it's a large open area that has a lot of natural growths, these tubers and rock buds forming these very interesting structures. A lot of them are sort of hedge trimmed to look like certain creatures across Roshar. And at some of the benches, you find some people that are playing towers or pieces, and you sort of join in with all of that. And in the meantime, the sun continues to fall a bit lower.
I think Luka will follow Paco like towards the park where there's the game, but if there is some sort of other wedding procession, he is going to get.
Yeah, there's definitely some weddings going on in this park as well. This is where some of the less rich people are having their open celebrations. And there's a closed off area that has somewhat of a open face aquarium. You see that there's a fancier couple that's getting married in the aquarium, while the rest of them are sort of using independently chosen impromptu sections of the park, like by a very beautiful tree or shrub. That's where some groups are having their weddings. The Knights of Desolation are Andy Cotton as the Paco, Miles Johnson as Nazir Alethlin, Ali Lester as Lukai Kualanaki Ashalor, and me, Noah Tubbs, as everything else. Thank you so much for listening. 10 is a big milestone that took a lot of work. Please go check out our website, 4kremlingsinapod.com, number 4. Shout out to my buddy Tejas for putting that together. Also, shout out to Carson Potter for putting together some character spotlights of our very own players on his blog. Check out links to all that and more in the description after hitting the like and subscribe button, of course. Cover art by Aria Barra at ARIIRF_ on Twitter and at ARIIRF on Patreon. Music by Net Denizen Lane, aka Lane. I think he did a great job with the wedding music this episode. If you do too, go check him out. I'm gonna be honest, we are way ahead of this in the gameplay, but episodes just take a little longer to come out, so if you're excited for more, and I hope you are because you're still here, make sure to go tell your friends, make them read some Sanderson, make your whole D&D group play it in the background silently so they don't use your phones when you're playing, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Knights of Desolation.